Did you know about the eye, which allows you to permanently see invisible creatures? Or the ugly piece of hair, which increases your ability scores? What about sacrificing one of your companions for increased attack rolls against bleeding creatures? If not, then you're in the right place, because those are just 3 of the permanent buffs, features or bonuses you can obtain in Act 1. And in this video we will go over all of them. So let's go! Permanent feature number 1 allows you to gain proficiency in musical instrument. And just before we continue, this video will contain a few spoilers. If you don't want to know anything, just turn it off, otherwise continue at your own risk. So for this permanent, we can get this pretty early on in the game. We just have to get into the Emerald Grove. There, go down where they perform the ritual and go immediately left after the stairs and follow a little path up a hill till you get the Elfira, which is playing a little bit on her lute. Then just talk to her. She will tell you that she has some little struggles finishing a song and you just have to help her with that. In the process you need to succeed 2 performance checks, and then after you helped her, she will give you the loot and you gain instrument proficiency. Just a little tip, take actions which actually lead you to perform with her. If she comes up with the rest of the song by herself, you won't get any of the stuff, so you really have to do it with the performance check. So for number 2, many of you will know it, so just skip to the next if you want. But it is about Scratch, the bestest boy in the whole universe. You can find him right here outside of the Blighted Village. He will walk around his dead master. Just interact with him and follow the conversation till you can offer him to follow your scent into the camp. Then just go to the camp and sleep a night and he will appear on the next day. You can then have him as an emotional support in your camp, or you can even summon him with the new learned Find Familiar spell in the wilderness for his sniffing expertise and or as your fight buddy. Then for number 3, you can get a prosthetic eye which lets you see invisible creatures. To get this one here, we have to take a little adventure into the goblin camp. There we see a character which can't be overlooked. Volo, a man which performs on a little stage. Talk to him and follow the dialogues. After that, he will put into a cage in the Shattered Sanctum. Just follow them immediately after the dialogue and you can't miss it. Then your task is to get him free and ultimately to tell him he should come to your camp. There you can talk to him and well, then it gets interesting. He says he has the knowledge of removing a certain thing in your skull. You just have to agree to it, let him do his thing and let him do it until the bitter end. And then success. You get a little present, the prosthetic eye, which gives you the permanent ability to see invisible creatures. Then for the permanent buff number 4, Loviatar's Love. A permanent which gives you +2 to attack rolls and saving throws when you are below 30 health. Absolutely amazing. And to receive this one, you have to go once again to the goblin camp and enter the Shattered Sanctum. Inside, on the right side up the stairs, there's a man in a small area called Abdera. He is a servant of the Maiden of Pain, so an offer of peace and serenity through pain will follow. You have to accept this offer where he will hit you a few times and you have to keep on enduring it. But you have to put on a performance, because if he is satisfied with your reaction, you will receive the permanent bonus. But if he is underwhelmed with your reaction, you will receive nothing. So don't just endure, enjoy it. Put on a performance, choose the things which let him think that you are really feeling the pain. And then success, you got the permanent bonus. Then, for number 5, you can get the brand of the Absolute, which basically is just a branding which provides you the ability to use certain items associated with the Absolute, and it provides you unique dialogue options when talking with followers of the Absolute. For this, we once again and for the last time enter the Shattered Sanctum. Just walk straight until you come into the middle of the room. There you will see a priestess of the Absolute right beside a little fire. Talk to her and go through the dialogue until she gives you the branding, and that's basically all there is to do. Just get the branding and you will get the permanent Buff. Number 6 and 7 brings us all the way to the bottom of the map, the Riverside Tea House. There we will get in contact with Auntie Evil, which can provide us with 2 different bonuses. With the first bonus we can receive a +1 to intimidation checks, but with a little twist of getting disadvantage on perception checks. To get this one here, we just have to get inside the house and begin a dialogue with her. She will know about your little companion in the skull and offers you a treatment after some words for the little price of an eye of your choice. If you accept it and go through with the procedure of her doing her stuff, you will get the bonus in the end. But a small here to mention, if you have already got Vola's prosthetic eye, you won't be able to receive the bonus here because she won't take the other one from you. So make sure that if you really want this one here and don't care about the prosthetic eye which lets you see invisible creatures, then just make sure that you decide before you take actions. Then the next bonus here is basically a must-have, because it gives you a permanent bonus to an ability score of your choice. So to get to this one here, we once again just go inside the tea house. And you will see that Auntie Evil will have a young lady in captivity. And at one point, she will vanish with her in her secret hideout. You then have to follow her and ultimately defeat her in a fight. You can skip this if you don't want the solution on how to find her, so just skip it if you want, otherwise continue watching because I will show it to you. So to get there, you just have to go through the fireplace, which basically is just an illusion. If you go through there and go a little bit further, she will reappear. But then, after some words, once again, vanish. And down there in the first area, you will come in front of a wooden door. You can interact with it, but no matter what you do and how you want to open it, it won't let you through. The door is basically also an illusion, so you somehow have to get through. On the right side from the door there is a table with masks on it. Take one and the illusion will vanish and you can go through it. But once through it, get it off again pretty fast, because otherwise you will have a nasty little surprise if you keep on the mask. Then just continue your way. Fight a few enemies and go further and further till you find both Auntie Evil and the girl. Then there's one more important thing to do. When you fight her and trying to defeat her, make sure you toggle on the non-lethal attacks, because we don't want to completely finish her off. Because when we get her low enough, she will initiate a dialogue where she ultimately begs for her life and gives you a piece of her hair, which in the end provides you the bonus of your choice. Then let's go to number 8, which is an amazing permanent summon of the cheeky Quasit called Shovel. A little fella whose mouth is the real treasure here. Besides having Shovel fighting for you, the things it says are definitely worth getting this permanent summon. To get this little fellow, we have to go to the Blighted Village. And right beside the teleport there's a house. We have to go down through the door and get into the basement. Then in the basement we have to find a secret entrance for another area. If you want to find it for yourself, I will wait a few seconds, but then I will show it to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, there are some boxes here. You can just move them away, and behind them there is a lever. Just pull it and the secret passage will open. Follow through and loot the coffins behind until you find the scroll. And then, really important, don't just summon him. Let Gale learn the spell so it becomes a permanent summon. And then that's it. We now have our beloved Shovel as a permanent summon like we got Scratch earlier. Then number 9 and 10 are 2 permanents we can get through the book Necromancy of Fae. First off, we get the summon spell Speak with the Dead, and second off we get the Forbidden Knowledge buff, which increases our wisdom saving throws and ability checks by +1. So to get this one, we can continue right where we left off with the Quasit quest. If you skipped this and didn't want to get our squeaky Shovel, you can just check the last chapter how we got to the coffin area here. So once we are in a cave, you just have to go further and you will find a mirror. Talk with it and convince it to let you through, and yes, harsh words are also a solution. On the other side, you have to get through a closed metal door. Just do your sneaky stuff and lock it open, and behind it you will see the book laying on a little table and you can just pick it up. But we need one more thing, because we can't open it. So, to open it up, we need a little thing which goes into the mouth of this book, which in this case is an amethyst. To get this one here, we have to get back to the surface and walk a few meters into the other direction where we see a well. You have to interact with it and then you can follow its way down. There you have to fight a few spiders, a few enemies, and advance until you encounter a pretty big one right over this green shining pit. You have to defeat all of them and then we can find the missing amethyst. If you found it, just insert it in a book and read through it. You then have to pass 3 wisdom saving throws in the process, and after reading the first page it will provide you the Speak with Dead spell. And if you read all 3 pages you will then get the permanent Forbidden Knowledge buff, which increases your wisdom by +1 and gives your wisdom saving throws +1. And that's it. Number 11 brings us to the Underdark. There we can get BOOAL's Benediction, which is a buff which essentially provides us advantage on attack rolls against bleeding characters. To get this, we have to find a little passage which brings us to a secret area called the Festering Cove. If you were in the Underdark, you maybe ran by accident or found it by accident, otherwise just follow my lead. Right in this area of the map, where you find these orange glowing fingers which can explode when you come too close, you can see that if you are going there where Gale stands, you can jump into the distance. And if you jump there, you can see there is a little stone ladder which you can climb down, which ultimately brings you to the Festering Cove. And down there you will see some BOOAL worshipper fish thingies, which is kind of interesting, but it doesn't matter. Just go to them and interact with them and follow through the process until the topic of sacrifice comes up. And then, well, get rid of your most hated companion and success. You receive the bonus and you can get rid of one annoying man, woman, whatever you choose. So number 12 is about a spell. And it is called Survival Instinct, which is pretty nice because it infuses a creature with psionic force, and if it reaches 0 hit points it heals instead of falling unconscious. And the thing here is, it is a unique Lilith power we can only get this way, so you can't get it through your regular Lilith power progression, so it's definitely worth a pick up. But to get it we have to stay in the Underdark. There we have to go all the way north to the Myconid colony, and there we can initiate the quest by speaking to Blur, which, upon learning about the situation, summons his ally Omelium to consult. Talk to him and agree to his plan to brew the potion, and it will kick off a quest. You can skip everything of this chapter and just do the quest if you want, otherwise just follow the few words I have to say. So to complete this quest we have to travel to the Arcane Tower on the bottom left side of the map. And there we just have to explore it and find the Tongue of Madness and Timusk Spores. But to make it a little bit easier, you just have to get to the 2nd floor of the Arcane Tower, which is called the Greenhouse. And there we can find both the Tongue of Madness and Timusk Spores. You can then return and let them create the potion and just drink it. More I don't have to cover, because after you are done and did a little bit of dialogue, you will receive the spell. And that's it. Then for number 13, and the last buff you can get in Act 1. It is called Awaken, and it gives you the ability to use your Lilith powers as a bonus action. So to get there, we have to go to the Rosy Morn Monastery. We can get there by taking the road leading further west from the mountain pass, which will lead us to the Rosy Morn Monastery trail. Then just follow it until you get finally to the Rosy Morn Monastery and arrive there. We just have to find our way inside and directly under it to the Gresha flag. But I don't want to show you the way here, since it is fun to explore this area. So I will just continue at the point where you reach the door which leads to the monastery basement. When you are in, just go straight, then left again, and then the whole time straight until you reach the infirmary where the save is. I don't know how to pronounce it, if I'm honest. I don't know many things how to pronounce it, but this one here especially not. Either way, this big thing is standing at the end of the hall. So just speak with the woman which is in this area. Have a little bit of a dialogue, tell her you want to use this thing because you have a parasite inside and so on. So when you want to go inside this thing, there will be a little bit of an argument with Lacelle if you have her next to you. So just maybe make sure that you are going inside because the following task will be a little bit easier because you have to succeed in 3 saving throws. And if you succeed everything, then some things will happen. And after those things happened, then you will receive this bonus. And that's basically it. Just succeed into saving throws, everything will make its way and you will get the bonus and the buff is in your hands. And that's basically it. So that's basically everything I wanted to show you. All of the buffs, features, bonuses, however you want to call it, in Act 1. So thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful for some of you. If not, then not of course, but thanks for watching, have a nice day and see you soon, bye.